Discount retailer Big Lots today announced it has filed for
bankruptcy and plans to sell many of its brick and mortar locations.
The retailer announcing this just a few hours ago.
Big Lots says all stores will be starting going out of business sales in the coming days because the sale of its company is not going through.
Once upon a time, Big Lots was a beloved household name, a discount haven where bargain hunters could score everything from discounted furniture to the latest holiday decorations. For decades, it was a symbol of affordable shopping, a go-to place for families looking to stretch their dollar. But somewhere along the way, Big Lots lost its footing. So how did this discount giant, once an iconic staple of American retail, end up in this position? Let's rewind the clock, break down the rise, the peak, and the fall of Big Lots, all while trying to figure out if there's still hope for a comeback. Big Lots' story starts in 1967, under a different name, which was Consolidated Stores Corporation. Its founder, Sol Schenck, had a vision of a business that could thrive by buying overstocked, discontinued, or excess merchandise from big-name manufacturers at a discount and reselling it to budget-conscious customers. It was an opportunistic model, built on the idea that one company's excess inventory could be another company's profitable stock. The early days were all about bargain hunting, not just for customers, but for the company itself. Buying in bulk and selling at a steep discount allowed consolidated stores to thrive. This was back when consumers were just starting to get wise to the appeal of a discount, and the company capitalized on this trend. It wasn't fancy, it wasn't flashy, but it worked. A pivotal moment came in 1982 when the company opened its first Big Lot branded store. Over the next 2 decades, the company expanded rapidly, acquiring similar discount retailers such as Mac Frugal's Bargain Closeouts and Pick 'n Save to strengthen its foothold in the discount space. By 2001, Consolidated Stores Corporation had fully rebranded as Big Lots, unifying its various store names under one brand and solidifying its identity in the retail world. But you know what they say, everything that goes up must come down. But during the 1990s and early 2000s, Big Lots was certainly on the way up. The company expanded its reach across the country and invested heavily in improving its product offerings. From furniture and home goods to foods, toys, and electronics, Big Lots began to cater to a broad range of needs. At this point, Big Lots was thriving, capitalizing on an emerging trend of budget-conscious shoppers. After all, when the economy was shaky or families were struggling to make ends meet, who wouldn't want to save a few bucks? Big Lots became a trusted name, a place where you could walk in and walk out with a cart full of bargains, often leaving more than what you planned to buy. It was hard to resist the appeal of those clearance shelves and eye-catching offers. Big Lots was also smart about its locations, opening stores in smaller towns and suburban areas where competition from larger retailers like Walmart and Target wasn't as intense. The strategy helped them dominate the discount market for years. However, despite its success, Big Lots wasn't adapting quickly enough to the changing retail landscape, and the cracks were beginning to show. The rise of Big Lots was impressive, but the retail world is fast-moving, and what once worked before didn't work forever. As the 2010s approached, cracks began to appear in Big Lots' well-crafted foundation. Why? Well, it's complicated, but you can narrow it down to a few big reasons. The first issue was online shopping. As Amazon and other e-commerce giants rose to dominance, many of Big Lots' loyal customers started moving their spending online, looking for the same bargains, but with the added convenience of shopping from home. While Big Lots was still a physical retail powerhouse, it didn't have the same online presence or delivery infrastructure to keep pace with its competitors. Then there was the rise of competitors like Dollar General, Walmart, and Target, all of which had the advantage of massive scale, more refined logistics, and deeper pockets to invest in everything from store redesigns to better customer experiences. Dollar Tree and Five Below were also gaining traction, offering similar products at even lower prices. And last but not least, Big Lots had long relied on closeout liquidation deals to stock its shelves. But this created an issue, which was inconsistency. Customers never knew what they would find from one visit to the next. That might have worked in the past, but today's shoppers want reliability. Without a strong identity behind cheap stuff, Big Lots struggled to keep customers from coming back. As sales began to decline, Big Lots attempted to pivot. The company shifted its focus to higher margin items, particularly furniture. and attempted to redesign its stores. The execution left much to be desired. A significant misstep was failing to embrace the digital revolution fast enough. The company would eventually launched an online presence, but by then it was playing catch up. And as most of you know, without a strong e-commerce infrastructure, you can't compete with retailers that have spent years perfecting their online sales models. All of that, and then there was the leadership turnover, which never bodes well for any company. With a revolving door of CEOs, each with their own vision for Big Lots, there was a distant lack of consistency. That didn't help when the company was already struggling with adapting to new consumer expectations. Big Lots wasn't just facing a product and customer experience issue, it was dealing with a serious financial trouble too. By 2015, Big Lots were dealing with plummeting stock prices, and things only got worse in the years that followed. The company had a hard time keeping profits stable, and as more shoppers turned to online retailers or competing discount stores, Big Lots revenue continued to slide. Inflation, rising labor costs, and supply chain disruptions only made things worse. And by 2024, Big Lots was running out of options. Sales had dropped significantly, foot traffic was at an all-time low, and the company was struggling to pay off its mounting debt. Unable to recover, Big Lots filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in early 2025. Now, as I've said before, filing for Chapter 11 allows the company to restructure its debt while attempting to keep some stores operational. But for Big Lots, this also meant massive store closures, job losses, and drastically reduced retail footprints. For many, this signaled the end of an era, a once thriving discount retailer now on the brink of extinction. Some people believe that there might still be a future for Big Lots, and if the company can successfully reinvent itself, modernize its stores, and finally adapt to the digital age, this might happen. But given the state of retail today, it's going to be an uphill battle. The discount giant's future remains uncertain. Big Lots was once a symbol of the American retail experience. It was cheap, reliable, and plentiful, exactly what customers wanted when they needed to make their dollars stretch. But the rise of online shopping, changing consumer behavior, and poor management decisions have placed the company in an increasingly difficult position. For many, Big Lots will always be a fond memory, a reminder of simpler shopping days. But as the retail landscape continues to evolve, it's unclear if Big Lots can continue to hold its ground. Can the company pivot once more? Well, only time will tell. What do you guys think? Is there still hope for Big Lots, or is the discount giant's time finally over? Have you ever shopped at Big Lots, and what was it like? Let me know that in the comments below. And if you like videos like this, please do a like and consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next one.